particularly the Attorney General, to ensure that there's no justice delivered in the courtrooms. But what is the good news? Justice was being delivered on the streets of Nigeria, across Nigeria, by October 20. You should not forget also that I was telling you.
I was coming to that too. I was like, despite all these limitations, but go on. Yeah, I was coming to that. Go on.
I was telling you that, there will be a showdown. I've been saying that to people before now, that there's going to be a showdown between the people and the people who owns power and those who are in power. And that showdown has started. It just hasn't been completed yet. So don't worry. Don't worry about the bail conditions. Had they even reviewed the bail conditions, probably.
Oh, that's a bad one there. Sowore dropped out there. I believe that's a connection issue. He will rejoin us, and the moment he's back, we will continue. However, I have this short clip I'm going to share with you. Sowore said this a year ago when this whole process of playing the system, the same rigged system, right, to delay justice and deny justice as well. You know what I mean? So one of the critical things known, or let me say one of the notorious abuse of power known with this government of Bukhari. But Sowore said this a year ago, and I want to replay that with you.
Now they are showing us what is important for Nigerians to know is that I am not going to give up. Yes. Until every Nigerian benefits from a country that is theirs. And I've made it very clear. They tried to break me in prison. They sent delegations to me, offering all kinds of, and I refused. And they promised that I would not walk out of their detention alive. That is what they came here to implement today. Nobody in Nigeria should be afraid. It is our country, and some people have to make the sacrifice for this country to be a country of rule, of law, and of.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. The line dropped there. So can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I hope you can hear me as well.
I can as well. Thank you very much for joining us. So you were talking about we shouldn't worry about any limitation or bail conditions and all of that. It seems that for everything, in my own opinion, right, for everything they have managed to do to discourage everyone from every quarter in Nigeria to raise alarm about the atrocity being perpetuated by this government of Nigeria as we speak right now. Your case is so different. You stayed back, you keep pushing, and at some point you even raised the alarm that they were plotting either about to set you up on another trumped up charges again by Malami, or another rearrest or assassination attempt by the DSS. How have you been with, and you are still there with them in Abuja, not far away from them? How is that?
Look, when these things were happening, I let the public know what comes to my attention, not because I'm afraid. I'm definitely, if I want to leave, and I'm saying it to Nigeria, if I wanted to leave, there's a 1,000 ways to escape from Nigeria if you want. Nigeria has no borders. Even the US that has borders, people do escape from the US sometimes. But Nigeria has no border. But I don't have any plan to leave. I told my wife this, I told my kids, I even told them that they may not see me again, because this is a commitment that I made to myself that I'm going to run away from other citizens of my country because they're in power, and that we have to learn not to run away so that we can have a place to call our own. All of us have lived in different parts of the world, right? Different parts of the world. I have lived in the US for 20 years. I've traveled the world. I've been to maybe about 4 continents, probably more. And there's nothing else to see in the world that I haven't seen. I've had kids, been married, I've had a job, created a company. I have run for president. You can count the number of people who have run for president in Nigeria. Probably they're not up to 1,000. since 1960. I've done that. I've been one of the people who had that privilege. But it's not running for president. It's not living life that is actually what the duty of history is for me right now. It is to do whatever is necessary to make this country work for all of us. The country we can be proud. And when you look at the countries that we have been to, some other people made the sacrifices for us to live in those countries. If Martin Luther King hadn't come, Malcolm X hadn't come, Rosa Parks hadn't come in the US, Black people would still be staying at the back of buses. Will still be working in plantations. The immigration policies that they have in the US would not have allowed even or permitted other Black people from outside of the US to enter the US. Same thing with the UK. Same thing with other parts of Europe. People have to make sacrifices. No matter how difficult or delicate it is, no matter how dangerous it is, people have to make it. If Mandela hadn't been to jail for 27 years, there wouldn't have been a South Africa today that even some Nigerians are happy to run to, right? So we've just gotten to a junction in Nigeria's history that we need more and more people to step up to the plate and say, enough is enough. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm glad that I'm even finding more young people who are becoming more courageous and taking on the risk necessary to liberate Nigeria as a country. So all the guys who offered or sacrificed their life at Lekki toll gates, who didn't run away, who were waving flags and singing the national anthem when they saw soldiers, I'm not better than them, right? All the kids who were killed in Mushin, 23 of them, the same day by the police during NSAS, we're not better than them. Several other persons who were injured, who are going to be permanently disabled for the rest of their lives, who saw soldiers and then run away, who saw police and then run away. We're not better than them, but they're all stepping up to the plate. So it's necessary that we have that as part of the plan going forward, that everybody cannot run away. You can't run away for these jokers, these clowns. Imagine, if Malami, how can you run away from a Malami who doesn't even know his left from his right, simply because he's the Attorney General of the Federation, or a Buhari who is practically demented, he has dementia, who's not in charge, or Femi Adesina. These guys are going to become history in a matter of years, if not even months from now.